everyone, and welcome to Odoo Live. And I'm Ken, Marketing Officer here at Odoo Hong Kong, and I will be your host for today's webinar. Joining me today, we have Nicholas, and he's the Business Advisor here at Odoo Hong Kong, and we will discuss how to manage your inventory by using Odoo Inventory. And throughout today's presentation, we will be answering your question in the YouTube chat, and Nicholas will help me to get to them at the end of the section during our Q&A. And if you would like to view this video again, you can just simply access to the link and watch it anytime you want. And thanks again all for your joining, and let's get started with our webinar. And all yours, Nicholas.
Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon or good evening, depending on where you're watching this video. So as you can say, my name is Nicholas Pouplard. As you probably have noticed, I'm French from my accent. I'm a business advisor at Odoo in Hong Kong, so I'm in charge of guiding potential users of Odoo within the use of the Odoo online system. So what I'm going to do today is show you a presentation of the basic inventory management of Odoo. So we'll go through how to set up your inventory, how to manage different operations, and I'll also show you the barcode management. So first we're going to do a presentation of the company and the system. So I'm going to show you a presentation. Hold on a second.
Right, on the right.
Okay. Okay, maybe we have some technical issue here because I cannot see it on my screen.
You can double click it.
Yeah. No. Okay, hold on a second. Maybe we can reconnect and disconnect the HDMI.
Maybe.
Let's see. Okay, we have some technical issue, but we're gonna fix that in a few seconds. Okay.
Can you drag into the right and then double click it?
Yep. Okay, let's let Ken fix that. Okay, thing is I cannot see it on mine, so that's a bit of a problem.
It is on your right hand side. Maybe I can do it.
No, I cannot see it here. Let me check. Okay, here we are. Great, just a little problem in the settings. So now we can start. Okay, let me share and start the presentation. Okay, so yeah, as I was saying, as a business advisor at the Hong Kong office, I'm in charge of introducing the system to potential users of Odoo, presenting live demo, discussing the best practices, and managing accounts. And I have some advanced functional knowledge. I've been in the company for almost 2 years. My main interests are like training and services company. So training can be, it's applicable to warehousing. And also I'm French and a metro area, which can be a good thing for some and a bad thing for others. So what I'm going to do today is to present you Odoo. What is Odoo? What is the company? And what is the product? Show you briefly a list of known and known Odoo users, and also a list of references. and present the webinar objective, and then we'll go through a demo of the system for about maybe 40 minutes, and then we'll finish with a Q&A if we have some time. So what is Odoo? As you probably may know, some of you, Odoo was founded about, it was 2004, so about 13 years ago, under the previous name which was Open ERP. The system is basically one of the most easy to use ERP software. We can manage different operation, and we can be used in almost any department of the system. So it's beautiful, it's easy to use, and it's super easy to present as well. So the range of apps go from websites, so you can build your website, you can have an e-commerce system, you can sell through more traditional channels, so we have CRM, sales, POS. You can manage recurring invoices through subscription. So the operation part as well, which is what we're going to focus on today, with the inventory, purchase, product tab sheet. We can manage manufacturing with some advanced feature that we added in the latest version, V11, which was released last October. Finance with accounting, HR with different apps, marketing with some new apps also which we released this year, marketing automation. You can create some campaign, mass mailing, and we have extra integration, basically and mostly for operation. So shipping connector, eBay for e-commerce, and also VoIP, which is integrating in the CRM. So you can see a lot of different apps that can fit different departments, and Odoo is one of the most complete solution. We can say ERP, but we don't like to call us ERP. We do much more than that. So the company, as I mentioned, was founded in 2004. We currently have 7 different offices. The headquarters is in Belgium, so we have salespeople there, developers, marketing. They manage the whole Europe, Africa, and Middle East region. We have 2 offices in the US, which cover the North America and Latin America, and one in India, which also manage the Indian market in terms of sales, but also developers there, and the one in Hong Kong, where we're doing this webinar from today, where we cover the whole Asia Pacific. So we cover from Japan to New Zealand and the whole Southeast Asia. So we can provide services, implementation service for the cloud version, and we also have some services for partners. Okay, we just lost the thing. Okay, another technical problem.
Try again.
Let's do what we just did before. Okay. All right, we should be back. Yeah.
Okay.
So from Hong Kong, as I say, we can manage, we can give services to a customer. The system itself supports 32 different languages. So the main one being English. We support Spanish, French, Chinese, and so on, even Mongolian, which is almost fully translated. 3 million users use the system around the world. That's 1,000 installation per day, and the growth of the company has been super big since the past 4 years. So the system is really improving, and the company is really healthy. And founder Fabien, which is also the current CEO, is here to bring his new ideas. So we just follow up the improvement of the system very closely. In terms of customer, so our core customer have always been a small and medium-sized company. So you can see a list of companies here, whether it's in Europe, in the US, but we are also very scalable. So we can also be used in large enterprise. So you can see examples here in the automotive industry, in the food industry. I can add other reference, such as lately that we had Manpower, which is using the system as well. So as you can see, whether you're SME or whether you're a large company, Odoo can meet your requirements. And in total, 3 million people are using the system worldwide, and it keeps increasing. So we just released the V11. We had a peak in the number of new users, so very proud of having this community of users. So the topic of the day, the warehouse, how to manage my inventory in Odoo. So we're going to cover 3 different challenges. The first one is going to be understanding the Odoo double entry inventory management and setting up your inventory. The second part, I will show you how you can manage your stock movement, so receipt with the purchase module, delivery together with the sales module, and how we can manage intercompany or inter-warehouse transfers. And then we'll go through some advanced routes, so make to order, make to stock, and reordering rule. But it's still gonna stay generic. I'm not gonna go super deep into the functional, into the other routes, or into some push rule, etc. This is today, it's more a basic of the Odoo inventory. All right, so let's switch first to the understanding the double entry inventory management. So there's a page on the website which is very useful to understand how the inventory works. If you go to odoo.com, you go in docs, then you go to the inventory app, you will see basically the explanation of the whole inventory. So Odoo is a double entry inventory management. That means there's no stock is disappearing. There's always 2 different moves, whether you do an initial inventory, a reception, and delivery and returns in the system. So the system keeps track of everything, and there's no disparation of product. So to show you an example, when I do an initial inventory, I add obviously a location, which is my stock, where I increase the number of units. And I have what we call a virtual location, which is here to basically balance the movements in the warehouse. So here you can see in my zone 1, which is location in my warehouse, I have 3 units which just moved in. And in my initial inventory, I have the balance on my virtual location of -3. When I do a receipt of some products, I can see here, for example, I receive 2 units from a supplier, so I have 3 plus 2, which makes 5 units. And the balance is that in my partner location, supplier, I have -2. Same thing for the delivery, it's the opposite. So if I deliver 1 unit to my customer, I have 1 units in the location, the partner location, which is the customer. So same thing works for return, broken products, or when you move a product from one zone to another. So I can see I move a product from zone 1 to zone 2, so I have an inventory adjustment of -1 in zone 1 and plus 1 in the zone 2. So no disparation of products. So that's something you need to understand when you set up the system. So that's for the presentation. Now let's switch to the demo. So I've created a database which is available on the cloud. You guys can check later on. You can go to demo.odoo.com and check if there is and check how the system works. So for today, I've installed the inventory. I've installed the sales module, which will be useful for delivery. There is the purchase module for receipt, and we will also see the barcode management system at the end. So I will start by doing all the operation manually, and then I will show you at the end how the barcode scanner are supported. So let's start with the inventory first. So when you log into your inventory, you basically see your dashboard with different operation. So the main operation, receipt, which is connected to the purchase app. delivery order, which is connected to the sales app, and internal transfer, which allow you to move some stock internally from one location to another, or from one warehouse to another. So you have access to the different operations which have been done in the system. You have access to your master data, so your product. So that's where you can create your product. You have access to reordering rules, lot serial numbers. So we'll see that in a few minutes. You have the reporting, and here you have the configuration. So I will start by showing you how you can configure your system. In the settings, you have different features that are enabled or disabled in Odoo by default. So as you can see, the first thing I can activate is the barcode scanner. So I did activate it in my system beforehand. You can manage delivery package. You have the shipping connector, which are additional apps, so I can activate them from here. You can activate stuff on the product. So if you want to manage unit of measure, if you sell or purchase a product in different unit of measure, you purchase in tons, for example, and you sell in kilos, so you can use different unit of measure. Product packaging, the traceability, if you want to manage lots or serial numbers, so we'll see that later. Manage your landed costs, we won't show that today because it will take too much time. And here you can activate the multi-warehouse and the multi-location system. So by default, you only have one warehouse in the system. It's called by the name of your database. But if you want to manage multiple locations in one warehouse, you can activate the storage location. And if you have more than one warehouse in different countries, in different locations, you can actually activate this feature and then manage your warehouse. You have also the possibility to activate multi-step routes. For example, you want to manage your delivery not only in one step but in different steps, pick, pack, ship. You can activate that here, and you can also set your put away strategy. So if you want to manage your stock by first in, first out, last in, first out, or first expired, first out, that's how you can activate that here. Let's start with the warehouse. So when I start, I have a first warehouse, which is called my company. In your warehouse, you have a short name you can use, which is the short name which is used to spot your warehouse when you create you do an action. You can set the address, which is useful when you want to know where is actually the address located. You can set different rules in terms of incoming shipments. So, do I want to receive my goods directly in one step? So, which is the one I use here. But you can decide to create different steps, whether it's a quality control or have a receipt platform and then move it to a storage location. So you can do that in 2 steps or even 3 steps. Same thing works for the outgoing shipping. So you can just do everything in 1 step, or use the pick and ship, or even the pick, pack and ship. I might show it to you later if we have some time, and other options. Let's say I want to create a second warehouse. I can just create it here and say, okay, this is the UK warehouse, for example. I can put it, I have to put a short name. I'll just put UK. I can put an address, and then I'll just keep this simple. So I will just say this for now. And from there, every time I create a purchase order or a sales order, I'll be able to select which warehouse I'm going to ship to, or which warehouse I'm going to receive in. So that's for the warehouse. And within warehouses, you can create location. So if I look at my location, by default, you have 1 location per warehouse, which is your stock. So that's where your goods arrive when you receive product, and that's where they leave when you ship products. So this is an internal location. So this is the type of location. So we have internal location, We have virtual location, and I showed you earlier. You can create basically parent location. So within your stock, you can create a location and you can localize it with the corridor, the shelves, the height. We can also assign barcodes, as you can see here. So when you use the barcode scanner to deliver good or to receive, you can scan the location. The system know exactly where you're taking the goods from or where you're receiving the goods from. You can also manage the consignment stock. So it's an option I activated. So you can say, okay, everything that I put in this location belongs to one of my customer, for example, or belongs to one of the suppliers. So I'm not the owner of the stock. You can say it's a scrap location, it's a return location, and you can also set the removal strategy. So I will show it to you later when we use the lot number system. And in each stock, you can also see, in each warehouse, or location, you can see your current stock. So if I go to the regular one, the one I've created by default, I can actually see my current stock, which is 2 products. My hard drive, I have 29 units, as you can see, and wireless cable, for which I have 20 units. So it's very important not to change the default location, because it will mess up the whole system. As I said, you can create some child location, so it's better to use it that way. You just keep the regular location, the stock, and then you can create some parent location or child location. So location can exist inside each other. So I show you how you create a location. Now I'm going to show you how you can create your product. So you have to go in the master data, go in your products, and here I can see the listing of all my current products. So I have 5, as you can see, I have some stock for the hard drive, I have some stock for the cable, but I don't have stock for the other ones. So as you can see, my business is selling computers and spare parts. Let's say I want to create a new product. So you have the possibility to create one by one, or in Odoo you can import any data by Excel or by Excel, XLS or CSV. So I can import. We have some templates you can use that are available if you go on the configuration page here. So you can just go initial inventory. So in your product you can use the template that we have here. So you can import, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to create one manually. So I'll create a new product, which is, for example, what do I have to sell? Mouse, for example. So it's a product that I will sell and I will also purchase. It's the stockable product, so I'll be able to monitor my stock. So that's the whole purpose of using the inventory. We also have the consumable and services, but this won't use the stock tracking. You can set a barcode, you can put a reference, internal reference, so then you can look for your product by reference. So let's say, for example, MS098. A sale price, the cost price, and the unit of measure, as I mentioned earlier. So here I sell units, but I could easily sell, centimeters of, paper. I could sell like kilos of liquid or raw products. Then in the sales, this is linked to the POS and e-commerce if you use them. In the vendors, you can select a vendor here and set the prices. So you can select different vendors, you can set different price, you can set price per range, quantity range if you want to. You can set the lead time, etc. So let's say I set a price for this, it's $20, for example. Then in my inventory, I can set the routes. So it's a product that I buy We have different routes. For example, if you use the Odoo manufacturing, you can activate the route which is manufacture. And then you have the option to create the make to order. So I will show you that later how it's used, but we're going to keep it simple for the beginning. We're just going to imagine that we receive some stock, and then once we receive the stock, we are able to deliver to the customer. Later I will show you how you can create some advanced rule and manage the make to order. I'm not going to show the traceability for now on. You can put the information about the logistic, information about your taxes, and you can put some notes. You can also put a picture and just validate the information. As you can see on top, I have some spot buttons which show me my quantity on hand, so that what I have currently in the system. My forecasted quantity, which is mostly a virtual stock, so it takes into consideration the stock that I'm supposed to receive through some purchase order that I've placed but I haven't received yet. Or it also deducts the stock which is reserved for deliveries which are still pending. You can create some reordering rules, so we will see that in the advanced routes. You have the list of all the purchase order, and all the sales. If you want to, if you discontinue a product, what you need to do is click on the button archive. Don't delete the product because it might cause some issue. Just archive it, and you can still retrieve it later by using the filter in Odoo. Talking about filter, it's here. You can actually look product by name, by product code. For example, here I want to look by product code MS 0 something. I can look and find my mouse. You can group by, so if there's different section you can use. Group by product type. You can create some category of products. You can filter, see which stock I have exhausted, for example, so I can see all the stock with 0 quantity. You can save those filters into your favorites, and as I also wanted to show you, you have the list view where you can see more information about the product. So you can see the sales price, you can see your cost, you can see your product type, and the quantity on hand and forecasted quantity. So this could be good also to export data. So if I want to export information, I can do it. I select all my product here, I click on action, and I can export information to CSV or Excel. So this can be very useful. Okay, so now what I want to do once I've created my product is to do my initial inventory. So there's different way you can do that. The one that most people will use is to use what we call the inventory adjustment. So here, if I click here, I'll be able to set an initial inventory of all the product that I've created. So if I click on create, I'll be able to call it, for example, my initial inventory. I can select the locations, so I can do the inventory in my first warehouse, the one I've created initially, and then do an inventory for the UK warehouse. I can decide to do the inventory of all my products, one product category, one product only, then I can select the product, one owner, or one lot serial number. So I'm going to select all the products, and I will include the product at 0. And I can start and set start inventory here. So the system will show you all the products with the theoretical quantity, and then I can actually set the real quantity. So once I set the real quantity, it will do the virtual movement that I showed you earlier in the page on the Odoo website. So of course you can use the barcode reader to do that. I'm going to do that manually, but you don't have to type everything. You can use a barcode scanner. So I'll just put, for example, 10 units of my Asus laptop. I'll just put 20 units of the Dell laptop. What else do I have? I have 29. If I want to, I can say I did a check stock control. I don't have 29, I have 28. So I can modify that. It will create a stock, an inventory, a compensation in the virtual location. And I'll just put the processor as well, and I'll keep my mouse empty for now. I will show you how you can set an inventory for the mouse differently. I can also set the serial number if I want to, and even set the owner from here. So you can not only change the quantity, but also a different information. And then I'll just save and validate my inventory. So my inventory is now set. If I go in my master data, in my products, I can see my inventory for all those products. And if I go on the Dell laptop here, I can see that the on-hand quantity is 20, and I can also see in which location. So if I do an inventory, initial inventory in the UK warehouse, then I put 10 units, I will see 30 units on hand here. And then I will see two lines, one with 20 units in my warehouse stock and 10 units in my UK stock. And then, as you remember earlier, I showed you in my location, I have a button that showed me the initial stock. I can go there and also see all the stock per location. Okay, so that's how the first way to create your inventory. The second way is, it basically purchase a product. It's the first time you have this product in your catalog. You want to make a first purchase to your supplier. So remember, we've created this product, which is the mouse. I have a purchase vendor here. I have a price of 20. I can set a minimal quantity. I'm not going to put it for now. And what I'm going to do is create a purchase order in my purchase module. So I can create a request for quotation first or a purchase order directly. So I just create here. I select my supplier, sorry. We have the option to add some information such as the payment terms, the delivery date, the Incoterms as well if you want. I will select my product. So as you remember, I can look for the product reference. So the mouse would be MS, for example. So I can see that import the description of the product. The price is already set because I set it on my product form. I can put, let's say, 20 units and just confirm the order to my supplier. I'll just put a reference, PO 90, for example, and I can confirm the order. I'm not going to go into much detail in the purchase part, but then you can send the purchase order by email to your supplier. So we have email integration in Odoo. You can schedule some activity, some reminder, for example. If the supplier replies, you can also, you will get the history of all the email. Once you validate, the next feature will be actually to receive the product. So as you can see, it created a shipment button here, which was also transmitted to the warehouse. So this is created in the purchase order, but also in the warehouse. So if I click there, I can see I'm supposed to receive 20 mouses, I can just wait for the delivery date to happen. So this is supposed to arrive on the 30th, so there's nothing to do for now. So I can see that on the purchase module level. But if I go in my inventory, I'll be able to see that now, as you can see first, you can see that I used to have only 3 different departments in my warehouse. Now I have 6 because I've created the second warehouses. So I have the receipt from the initial warehouse, but also for the UK warehouse, the internal transfer and the delivery orders. So one thing I didn't show you is in the purchase actually. When I create my purchase order, here I can set the delivery address. I cannot change it afterwards, but this is empty at the beginning. actually it's not empty, you can set which warehouse is the one used by default. And then you can switch to my company receipt or UK warehouse receipt. You can also set the Incoterms here. So here I've set the main warehouse as the receipt warehouse. So it created a receipt in here, in this warehouse. So if I click here, I can see I have 3 different receipts to do. One is late, it was supposed to be received yesterday. One is supposed to be received today, and the one I've just created is the easiest one, which will be received tomorrow. So if I click here, I'll be able to see where does it come from. I can actually print the picking list. So first you need to fill information about your company. You can put your logo, you can put information. You can then send a template. So we have 4 different templates so you can use for the picking list, the packing list, the sales order, the invoice, etc. So each have different templates. So I will select this one, for example. So I can print the picking list and it will print it as a PDF. And on my PDF, I have the barcode of this actual delivery. So if I print it beforehand, I receive the stock, I print this thing and I scan the barcodes, the system will just open directly the corresponding job. So I will show you that when it comes to the barcode management at the end, on the third part. So I can see I have 20 units. Of course, if I set a barcode on the mouse, it will be set here, and it just confirmed the location here. So once I've done that, I can just validate, and I have the option to receive the whole quantity, or I can just say, okay, this is only a partial receipt, so I need to edit, sorry. I need to unlock actually first. Okay. Edit. Yeah, well, I'll just say, I assume it's the full quantity. I'll just save and validate. So the system will receive 20 units. I can see the up and down traceability. Here I don't have because I don't use the lot number. And now my stock, my product is in stock. So if I go in my mouse, I can see that I have 20 units of the mouse right here. Okay. Now let's do a delivery for this product. So I received the product, I can now start selling. If I go to sales, I can create a sale order or quotation with a customer. I'm selling to Amazon, for example. I'll look for the products. So as you, sorry, didn't want to create a new one. It's mouse, I don't know why I put SH. It's my mouse. As you remember, I only have 20 units. So, okay, I want to sell 10 units. No problem, the system say nothing, so I can sell. I want to sell 25 units. The system will look into the warehouse and tell you, okay, you only have 25 units, but you want to sell 25 units, but you only have 20 units in your company warehouse. If you have stock in another warehouse, it will actually tell you the same thing for the other warehouse. So if I change, I can still change and say, okay, I will not deliver from the I will deliver from the UK warehouse. The system will also tell you the same thing. So I need to create a new line, of course, before, but the system will want you. So you can select which warehouse you're selling from. So I'm not going to sell. Actually, yes, I'm going to sell 25 units, and I will show you how you can do a back order. So do a partial delivery and keep a back order. So I'm just going to validate 25 units. I will confirm my sale. The price is $1, which doesn't make sense. It's my cost is $20. So, but it will create a delivery here. a delivery job, and the same thing will be created in the warehouse. So if I go to my warehouse here, I can see that now I used to have 2 delivery orders, I have now 3 delivery orders, and that's the SO004 that I need to do. The system will say, okay, I have an initial demand of 25, I only have 20, so I can just do a partial delivery of 20. So I'll just edit. I need to note this. I'll just save and validate. No, sorry, that's not what I want to do. Okay, so let's just unlock. Mm-hmm, 20 units are reserved, so it's partially available. So normally when I validate, it's going to take 20 units. Okay. Maybe I didn't set the system properly. Let's go in the sales. I'm going to try something in sales instead. Okay, what doesn't matter. I'm gonna deliver, and I'll just keep going. Oh, it worked actually. I don't know what I was looking for, but the system will just tell you that you don't have enough units to ship the whole order completely. So I can decide to create a back order or no back order. In my case, I'm going to create a back order. So the system will actually validate 20 units and ship 20 units from your stock. As you can see, the initial demand has been updated, because what it actually did is it created another delivery job at the same times, and it created one for 5 units. So if I check here, I remove the filter ready because it's not ready, I will see that I have a second job which is waiting for the same SO. So the job 005 for actually 5 units. So when I receive more stock, I'll be able to deliver that goods. Of course, people are probably gonna wonder, can I print the document, the packing list? Yes, we can do that. So if you go in your delivery here, you have the possibility to print beforehand the picking documents, and after the validation or before the validation also the delivery slip. So I can see the delivery slip here. Okay. All right. Now let's say I don't want to. I want to manage more complex delivery system. So I don't only the delivery don't only go through one location; it go through several locations. So I need to have someone to pick the products, send it to a platform when it's packed, and then to another platform when it's waiting for the carrier to pick up. So you can set the pick, pack, and ship on your warehouse. So sorry, it's on the location on your stock. You can say, okay. No, sorry, it's on the warehouse. So you can set a different channel here and say, okay, I want to bring goods to an outbound location before shipping, pick and ship, or I want to make package into the dedicated location, then bring them to the output location for shipping. So pick package. So let's try, for example, the pick and ship. I'll just say that. What it will do is create another job here, which is the pick. So whenever I create a sales order and a delivery order, it will first go through the pick location and then go to the delivery location. So let's do an example. So I'm going to sell to Carrefour this time. I'm going to sell keyboards with 5 units, for example. Just confirm the sale. And I can see now I have 2 jobs. So one will be the pick and one will be the delivery. So if I go to my warehouse, I have one action to do. So it's actually a transfer because it's the pick platform is a location, internal location, and it has to move to a second location. So it's basically a push rule, which is automatic, which is created by the system. You can create your own push rules from one location to another if you want to, but this is more advanced. So here I'll just validate. So this is being picked, then it moves to the preparation location, and I now have another delivery order to validate, which corresponds to the sales order 005. So I just validated the picking part, and now I can just validate the 5 keywords here. All right. Now, what else do we have to see in the movements? We saw the receipt, we saw the delivery, we saw the partial shipments, we saw the pick, pack, and ship. I'm going to show you a transfer if you want to move, for example, some goods from one warehouse to another. You can create a transfer, internal transfer here. Go in my company and say, okay, I want to do a transfer with my source location being the warehouse stock, the first warehouse stock, and my destination location being the UK stock. So I can set a scheduled date, I can add an item, so I don't think I have anything on my UK stock. I'll just put the Asus laptop. And I'll just validate. Sorry, I need to put a quantity first. So let's say, for example, 10 minutes. I will validate, or I can just save it for now and change the schedule date, validate. And now I will have 10 units in my UK stock. So if I go in my UK stock, in my location, UK stock, I'll be able to have 10 units of the Asus laptop, and I will have 10 less in my my first warehouse. So that's for internal transfer. Of course, everything that I just did is also you can also do that through barcode reader, so we will show that at the end in the first one. Okay, so that's for very standard movements, but now let's move to some more advanced movements, so advanced routes. So the first one is actually the make to order. So let's say you don't keep stock on your warehouse, but you just do trading. So you basically receive an inquiry from a customer, and you place an order for the same quantity, and you just ship it afterwards to the customer. You want to use the make to order. So to use to make the order, you have to go on your product, and actually. So I can go in the inventory, for example. Which one do I want to make to order? For example, the mouse. I don't have any stock anymore, So I want to purchase it from ASUS whenever I have a sale order confirmed from the customer. So I just have to go in the inventory section here and select the make to order. So in this situation, it works for the purchase parts, but if you use the manufacturing as well, you can say, okay, for a product that I only manufacture on order, I can also use the make to order routes, and whenever I create a sales order, it creates a manufacturing order in the system. I'm not going to show that today because it will take too much time. I'm just going to show you the make to order route for the procurement. So I'll just say that. I need to make sure that I have a vendor. If I don't have any vendor, it won't work. However, a cool thing in the Odoo V11 is now whenever you forgot, for example, to add a vendor and you use the make to order routes, you will receive a notification and the system will tell you, oh, you need to modify something on the product. So it will create a notification in the activity. So we have a new button here which show you the activity, whether it's activity that are logged in the CRM, whether it's activity in the project, and in that case, whether it's an activity that needs to be done on the product part. So I'll just save that, and what I'm going to do now is create a sales order from a customer, and it's going to generate automatically a purchase order to my supplier. Okay, so let's go to the sales, create a sales order. So I'm going to sell to Carrefour this town. I'm going to select the mouse. As you can see here, I have no warning telling me that I have no stock because I have zero stock. The reason is that you selected the make to order button, so the system now doesn't look in the inventory anymore. It knows that it has to make an automatic purchase order. So if I put 20 units, for example, if actually the system was warning you, it means that the setup of the make to order is wrong. So it's another way for you to know that your settings is incorrect. I will just confirm the sales, and once I confirm the sale, it will trigger two things: a delivery job, which will be waiting for the stock, and a purchase order. So I'm confirming the sale now. So you see it logs, it's super fast. In the version 10, when you have a complex inquiry like that, it could take up to 3 times more. But in the V11, we reduce the time as low as possible. So we have 2 deliveries because remember we use the pick and ship. And if I go in my purchase here, I'll be able to see I have a new request for quotation for now because it's not validated yet. With the source document being the SO006 to my vendor ASUS, and I can see that I have 20 units. So I can just confirm the order, and it will create a receipt job in the warehouse. So if I go to inventory, I have a receipt here. So it's this one. I can just validate, receive my stock. And then I can see that I automatically have 1 transfer, which is ready to be done. So I can start and pick my goods in my stock for my 20 units, validate, and then go in my inventory and do the final step to deliver here. And I've never, I've stored the product for some time, and it's now delivered to my customer. So with that, you don't need to keep. You can use this system to automate your purchase and manage sale of goods that you don't keep stock usually. Another rule would be the make to stock. So The difference between the make to order and the make to stock is when you use the make to order, it will create a purchase order for every sales order you confirm. But it might not be interesting for you because you can have, for example, some supplier will ask you to have who has a minimum order quantity, so it doesn't allow you to order less than a specific quantity. So you cannot have a purchase order created for every single sale order that is confirmed for your customer. So you can use the make to stock. So what it will do, it's a bit the same as the make to order. It will create automatically some purchase order. However, it will increase the purchase order with the quantity of different sales order. So let's say I want to sell, I want to use the mouse and I don't keep the stock. I want to purchase whenever I have some requests from the customer. But I have a minimum stock, minimum purchase quantity of 30, for example. If I have a PO from a customer with 10 units, I'm going to place with the make to order a purchase order of 10 units, but my vendor won't be happy about that. So instead of using the make to order, I'm going to use the make to stock. So to use the make to stock, you have to go in your inventory, go in your products. I'll use another product. Well, I'll remove the make to order from the mouse. So it's not going to be make to order anymore. What I'm going to do instead is to create a reordering rule that says, okay, I always want my stock to be at 0. So keep in mind, when the customer is going to place a sales order, for example, for 10 units, your stock going to be, your forecasted stock going to be at -10 because you're supposed to deliver units that you don't have. So what this rule will do is that it will compensate and do a procurement of the same quantity so that your stock reaches 0. So if you have a sales order of -10, it will create a sales order of 10, so -10 in your stock, it will create a purchase order of 10 units to the supplier. So I just have to create that, set the minimum quantity to 0, maximum quantity as well, because I don't want to keep stock on hand. It's only based on what the customer require. And I can select the location. So if you do the make to stock in one warehouse but not in the other, you can actually just select it on one location only. So here I can just save this. Okay. And now let's say I'm gonna place a sales order, 2 sales orders different, one for 10 units and one for 30 units. So I'm gonna go to my sales. I'm gonna go set to Amazon this time, select the mouse, company warehouse. Okay, maybe I need to double check my setup. Okay, my mouse, I have 0, I have -5. Why do I have, okay, I probably have some stock that I need to deliver. It doesn't matter actually, it should be okay. So I'll go to, just to make sure I'm going to create another product. It's easier. So I'll select fan, for example. So it's a stockable product that I purchase, and then I'm gonna create, I need to add a vendor. So I will add a vendor here and say it's Seagate, for example. I will create a reordering rule here like this. Okay. So now I'm going to sell this fan. Customer is Amazon. I'll sell the fan. So the system warned me I don't have any units. So I'll just sell 10, for example. I just confirm the sale. So it will create the delivery job the same way that the make to order. However, it's not going to create the the request for quotation immediately. There's something that will run in the background on a daily basis that would calculate all the procurement that have to be done. So this is something that is available in the inventory. It's called the run schedule, the scheduler. So this runs every, I think it's once a day or twice a day. I think it can be set up. And you can also run it manually if you want. So if I run the scheduler, the system will look and calculate all the procurements which have been, which are necessary in the system. So if I click on that, it will actually calculate that I need 10 units and I need to place a purchase order of 10 fans to my supplier. So if I click on Run Scheduler here, now I will be able to see the purchase. So as you can see here, it created a purchase order at 12 today. For 10 units of the fan. But let's say my supplier only accepts a purchase order of at least 30 units. So I cannot place my order yet. So I'll just wait that I have another sales order for another customer. So Carrefour, for example, this time. I'll just put 20. I confirm my sale. I have to run the scheduler again. So either you create all your sales order for the day, the week, and then you run the scheduler. The scheduler will do it automatically, or you want to do it now. So I just go in inventory. I run my scheduler, and what it will do is increase the quantity in my PO to 30 units. So that's actually what the make to stock does. So I can now send my PO to my supplier and validate the receipt of the stock. So that's the make to stock. First thing is the reordering rule. So this is different. You keep some stock on hand, but you want to make sure you always have a minimum stock of products. So you can create minimum order, reordering rule. So for another product here, it's a product that I sell a lot. For example, the Asus laptop. I want to make sure that I have always, for example, 20 units in stock. So right now I only have 10 units. So what I can do is, I'm just checking I have my thing, okay, it's fine. I'm going to create a reordering rule that says, okay, the minimum quantity that I want is always 20 units, and I don't want to exceed 50 units. Okay, so whenever you reach, you go lower at a level of 20 units, then it will create a purchase order to reach the maximum quantity of 50. You can also add a multiple quantity if you want, if your supplier requires a multiple for the order. So right now I only have 10. So if I save, it will also create a procurement, but first I also need to run the scheduler because it's not automatic like the make to order. So I'll just run the scheduler. I'm just checking. I don't have a vendor, so it basically will send me a notification normally if I validate here. So I'll just create and set a price here for the laptop. I'll just save this. If I run my scheduler now and I go to purchase, I'll be able to see that I have, no, that's not the one, Logitech, sorry. I now have 50 units of the Asus laptop, probably because I have some forecasted quantity which was at 0. I think I have a delivery order somewhere. So it automatically created a purchase order to reach the maximum level of stock that I should have. So that's for the reordering rule. One last thing I wanted to show you is, in terms of fruit, is the well, I don't think I have time. I'm not sure we have some time because I still have to show the barcode. You can also manage the drop shipping. So let's say it's a product you never received physically in your warehouse. You ask your supplier to deliver directly to your customer. You can use the drop shipping route. So this can be selected on the product level. It will then create a purchase order with the delivery address of your customer, and it will ask you to validate the transfer virtually in your warehouse. So we'll create another location here, which will be called drop shipping, and it will validate the whole thing. Okay. So that's basically for the advanced routes. The last part of the demo, very quickly, would be the management by barcode. So as you might have seen from the beginning, I added this icon here, which is the barcode, which is a feature of the inventory. So it's part of the inventory module. I can validate, I can access it here, and I can use, I can do all the operation with a barcode scanner. So maybe we can switch. I'm going to show you. I use a barcode scanner, which is USB plugged here. So I'll just put it on my computer. Of course, we can manage Bluetooth. We can manage industrial barcode scanner with inbuilt screen. So you can with the web browser. So you can use it and use Odoo in it. As you can see, I also have printed some delivery orders here. So this is a receipt that I've delivered, so I'm not sure you guys can see correctly. So I have the barcode for the receipt. I have the barcode for the product. I also have the same thing for the for delivery. And if we switch back to the screen, you can see here you have the possibility to download a barcode command with some actions. So if I download here, it would create some commands with barcodes that allow you to save information, cancel, print the picking slip. You also have the possibility to move to the next delivery slip, etc. So you can basically use the barcode for every action. You don't even need to use your keyboard for anything. So you can manage your first initial inventory here. So the same thing I showed you earlier with the initial inventory, you can do that by barcode. And you can manage your operation here. So this is all the operation I have to do. So as you can see, it's adapted to a tablet touchscreen. If you use if you don't use barcode. So if, for example, I want to go and do my receipt for the whole day, I can just go in receipt. Then I have my printed printing delivery. So it's actually here. So the first thing I can do is scan the job. So I'm doing it right now. It will select it. Then I can click on enter, which is basically I think the barcode is having some problem. Okay, so we just plug in. Then I have 1 unit of the 10 units of the hard drive to validate. So what I can do is edit first. So I click on the barcode, which is basically editing. So it's editing. I can then scan my product one by one. So I'll do it now. So as you can see here, it moved here. I have the quantity, which is 1, which has been processed. I can do more, 2, 3. And if I want to do a partial, I should be able to do that. So I'll just save. So now I use the barcode to save, and I can just validate. So the system will tell me, do you want to create a back order? I will say yes. So I think I have to scan the validate button. Let's see. No, it's not the one, the good one. So there must be a barcode you can validate for the creation of the back order. I'm not sure it's here. Well, you can create your own command if you want. So I will just validate and create the back order here manually, and validate all that. And then I can move to the next. So if I click on next, I think I should be able to see the next one. So the next one will be this one next. Or let's go to previous. I only have one anyway, so yeah. Okay, so that's for the receipts. And if I want to go do the same thing for delivery order, so I have delivery order here. So I'll just click here. Okay, I have to go in my delivery order. As you can see, I don't have much experience with the barcode scanning thing, but when it's set up correctly, it will work. So now I can select my delivery number 1, for example, and just validate the delivery. So I'll just edit, validate the first product, which is the wireless keyboard. So I have 1 unit, this is done, and then I'll validate the hard drive. As you can see, the number is increasing. And just save and validate the shipment. So this is saving, and now I can just validate. Okay. Oh yeah, so I forgot to do it the third time, so I'll just create the back order. So the system validates. I don't think we have time for the serial number because I was a bit long on the rest. However, if you guys have some question regarding that, you can get back to me. There is a link that you can use here to contact me. You can either send me an email directly, npo@odoo.com, if you have some question related to what we saw today, or even stuff that we haven't seen today. We can also schedule a demo for those who have a specific project who would like to see the system adapted to your requirements. So you could use those links. They will be they're also available on the YouTube page, so you can still find them after the demo if you replay the video. I think we're gonna take some. Do you have some time for Q&A?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna take some questions.
Okay. And people are really keen on inventory module, so we've got numbers of questions.
Okay.
The first one is about theoretical quantity, and the question is, where does the theoretical quantity come from when setting up new inventory?
Okay, so the theoretical quantity is the actual stock. So when I did my my first initial inventory, I already had some stock that I've put in my product. So it tells you what the system, what you're supposed to have in a system, and then you can change it. So what is theoretical is not always actual. So if you do an inventory check, you see that your theoretical quantity is 5 because you receive a purchase of 5 units a year ago. And when you do your physical inventory, you find out that you have 4. Then your theoretical quantity is wrong, and we'll do inventory adjustments of 1 unit, basically.
Okay, so it's the real quantity. Is it the real quantity?
Yeah.
Okay, and for the second question, will the sales order still go through even there's not enough inventory?
Yes, as I mentioned, I did it before. There was 20 units in stock, and I created a sales order of 25 units. So I was still able to create the sales order. However, I was only able to do a partial shipment. So it won't stop you from creating a sales order. If your question is, can I block it? Can I block this from happening? The answer is, it might be possible with some customization. But the system won't stop you from creating some sales order even if you don't have enough stock.
Okay.
Which is a normal thing for a company. You're not gonna reject some sales order if a customer asks you for more quantity that you have. You can just tell him that the delivery date would be in the future, so you can set that as well.
Mm-hmm. And in a more practical way, it's how to replenish if there's not enough inventory.
Well, you can use the. I think this question was asked before I showed the advanced route. So you can use the minimum stock quantity. So it will create an automatic purchase order. You can use the make to stock, or you can use the make to order. So you can use the advanced rules, the advanced routes that I showed during the second part.
Mm-hmm. Okay, for the third question, it's a little bit more complicated. Is it possible to move a product to an asset account and tag it to an analytical account project?
Yes, I think it's possible. So you need to activate the assets in the accounting system, and when you create a purchase order, I think that's where it's possible. But if you want more information, maybe you can send me an email and we can look into that together.
Okay, and for the fourth question, I know Nicholas get to them at the beginning, and it's about the journal entry of the inventory. But maybe you can briefly introduce to the people.
Yeah. To explain the table entry management. Well, basically you can go on the website. So you go to odoo.com. So everything is explained there. So you go to the documentation here. Then you go to the user guide. Not sure if you can see my screen. Yeah, you can see my screen. You will see in the inventory here, that will be the main concept will be explained here. So everything I showed you at the beginning of the demo was available here. So you can actually learn how everything works, and you can see with some examples how the system is structured, basically.
Okay. Okay. And for the fifth question, can we initiate MO and it will lead to RFQ or PO if the inventory is not enough?
Yeah, definitely. So this is the same system than what I show when you create a sales order. It automatically creates a purchase order of your stock. So if you have a bill of material for a product made of different components, you can create a rule on every component and say, okay, I can create a minimum order rule, a minimum stock rule. I can create a make to order rule on those elements. So it works the same way. So you can create a sales order which will trigger the manufacturing order. The system will look if there's enough components to create a finished product. If there isn't, based on the rule you've created, it will create some purchase order for those elements.
Okay. And for the sixth question, it's about the supplier. Where can people see a supplier on time performance?
In the reporting, I think. Not sure if you have this kind of feature.
You can show it to
people. You'll be able to see in the warehouse. Not sure if that's exactly what you want, but if I go in the warehouse, in the reporting, you should be able to see what was the expected delivery date and then the actual one. And then you can group by vendor and see which one has, is late, recurrently late on delivery. Maybe you can also send me an email and we can discuss about that. Maybe that will require some customization. So you should be able to see somewhere what was the actual forecasted dates, and what was the forecasted date and what was the actual date, and in one report having the two information. But yeah, that's a good question. I'll need to look into that more deeply to be able to get back with a correct answer.
Okay, lastly, we've got a great question because two people raised it. It is, how can we fix shipment quantity if they did wrong?
So this is a new feature that we have in Odoo 11. You probably saw that I was struggling with a button earlier, which is the lock button and unlock button. So when now you do a mistake, it can happen in a warehouse, you can actually unlock and modify the information. So if I go in my delivery, for example, which are done, so this one is done. So it's validated. The stock is out of my the stock is out of my warehouse. Let's say I sent I validated 2 units, but I actually only only shipped 1. I can still unlock and modify the information. So I think there's some setting you need to add. Okay, there's I need to edit first. That's a new feature that we have, so it's possible to do it. It's just that I'm struggling to make it work here. Let me check. Oh, it's easy. Okay. So basically, you can override and say instead of sending, instead of validating 2 units, I should just validate 1 unit. And the system will confirm, and it will do the system will do the sorry, I forgot the word that you mentioned earlier. Will do the adjustment. Right?
Yeah,
that's the word I was looking for. The system will do the adjustments automatically.
Okay, great.
So you don't need to do anything else.
Okay, thank you, Nicholas, for your detailed presentation. And don't forget to click like, and also as well as subscribe to the channel for access to more video. And as always, if you have any further question, you can send your question to my email kcn@odoo.com, and also you can contact Nicholas through his email, and I will publish his link in the description box. If you would like to schedule a demo, you can click on the link and schedule a time with Nicholas. And if you got here late, you can rewatch this webinar anytime you want just by revisiting the URL of this video. And yeah, thanks all again for joining, and we will see you on next Wednesday at the same time for Odoo Studio. Thank you and see you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.